Hi friends, welcome back to Abhi Tutorials. Today we will cover exception handling in Python. In Python, there are two major types of errors, the syntax error and the runtime error. Syntax errors generally occurs when you write a Python code has incorrect syntax. This error is also known as parsing error. Exceptions are errors that occur during execution of the program, or it is detected when the program is running. So exceptions are also called as runtime errors. When exception occurs, the normal flow of the program will be interrupted. For example, assume that we have a process or a program that is being executed performs multiple operations. Each and every operation performs different activities. For example, operation 1 reads from a file, operation 2 writes to a database, operation 3 and 4 performs some system operation, etc. Also note that in this case the operations are independent to each other. That is, each and every operation should execute even if errors occurs in other operation. But what happens here is, if exception happens in one of the operation, that specific operation will stop working. Also, it will stop other operations from running further. So how do we ensure the program flow doesn't break even when exception occurs? This takes us to exception handling. Exception handling is a mechanism to handle exceptions so that an exception that occurs in one operation will not impact another operation on that is performed by the program. Exception handling allows the program to continue execution even if exception occur. In Python, there are various exception types and we have a class called base exception, which is the parent class for all other exceptions. Python provides many built-in exception classes, few of which are given here. For example, zero division error exception happens when you attempt to divide any number by 0. You will get module not found exception when the module you used in the program is not available. Let's now see how exception is handled in Python. If you suspect that a part of your code will cause error, then place the specific code snippet within try except block. A very simple example on how you handle an exception is given here. We have two lines of code which are not related to each other. You know that any numeral that is divided by 0 will give an error. So a equal to 5 divided by 0 will give an exception. As you can see, the output will be a zero division error exception as displayed here. So the next line or the operation, which is print hello, will not be executed. Since you know the statement a equal to 5 divided by 0 will give an error, you will have to enclose it within the try and except block as given here. Now when an exception occurs, the handler code will take control and runs whatever is placed within it. In the case of our current example, it will print error. Since the exception is handled in the above step, the next lines of the program will also be executed without any issues. The output will have both error and hello displayed in the screen. In our earlier example, we have hard-coded the error message be printed as just error. If we want to display the error to be more dynamic, then we can add the exception object next to the except block as given here and then print the exception object. Using this method, we can get a more dynamic output for the exception. We can have multiple levels of exception handlers as well. Given here is one of the most common way of handling exception. If you know a specific exception will occur, then you can have a level for the specific exception. For example, if we are sure that the zero division error and module not found error are prone to occur, then those can be added as individual levels as displayed here. And you can add a common handler for any unspecified error. In addition to the try and except blocks, you can also add the finally block to the exception handler. The code within finally will be executed irrespective of whether an exception occurred or not. So you can place any code that performs cleanup activities such as file close or database close, etc. within the finally block. That ends our chapter on exception handling in Python. Thanks for watching our video and have a nice day.